Well, as I use my Nintendo Mini with the extra games I've installed onto it, I want to get that Super Nintendo feeling again. Usually,
Yeah.
I do also have some of those games like also on the Wii U because I had that before I bought the Super Nintendo Mini, so bought games on there.
Yeah, which I believe I don't even think you can even use the Wii U store anymore. I know the Wii store is gone.
And I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure the Wii U one shut down in the last year or two because I know I saw a post about it somewhere, and I was like, "What am I gonna go in there and buy?" You know?
Well, it does bring up a point with because I've seen an article the other day talking about the death of physical media and in games. And so what does that mean with these aging systems? Does that mean that, well, not even aging systems, like systems now that are going to no media, what happens in 10 to 15 years? Are you saying that if you don't have the physical media, you're done? Or you sell the console to somebody, there's no physical media, you can't even, I mean, like the whole used game market will be gone.
Well, I've seen people that actually lean the other way, that the used game market will actually boom somewhat because there will be people that will want the physical copies of the games.
Well, yeah, no, no. That's what I said. I think the death of physical media is going to would be the death of used game market altogether. Now, and I mean when I say that, I'm talking, say, PS5 or the let's go way in the future. Let's say the PlayStation 6 is completely no, which like they don't even put a disc drive on it. It's just you have to hook it up to the internet. You get the stuff. What do you do when you want to go and sell that? Because all of those games are tied to your account. So you're going to now sell it with no games on it. Okay, cool. 10, 15 years down the road, and you want to sell it to somebody because somebody wants to play a PS6 exclusive game, but they can't get it anymore because the store is gone and there's no way of getting that physical media anymore. That's my thing is that there isn't a physical media spot to put it on there.
Oh,
Because like,
well, honestly, I have every confidence that people will figure out a way around that.
well, one way is people sell their login information.
Yeah, I mean, just remove your credit card information or delete or cancel your card. That's all you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And your system be like, hey, I have this system with these games.
Yep, because that's what they did with uh, the Hideo Kojima's PT trailer. Game never releases. It was supposed to be a Silent Hill prototype, playable teaser or playable trailer or whatever. And people loved it so much they took it from the App Store. You can't download it, so people would be selling the consoles with the trailer or with the game on there, so that and they would charge an outrageous amount for it. So, no, this is an interesting topic. I mean, me personally, with what I collect, I love the physical game media, having the stuff. I do like the idea though of like, say, I own the game, but then having like an EverDrive or something where I can play it without actually having to break out my physical copy, but still playing it on the original hardware kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I would like to believe that there will be enough people that will that there will go in cycles. That like right now, you got people that are clearly willing to put up with not owning a physical copy,
Yeah.
but that perhaps the people behind them who are growing up with this not owning any of them, and ultimately like whenever they come time to sell their first console to someone else and run into that problem, we're like, man, this is bullshit. What are we doing here? And just check out, be
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna go play an older system. Like games are games, you know.
Well, and that's the thing is that I think we're getting into the era where even playing stuff on the 360 is not like I don't go and play a game on the Xbox 360 and think this looks like shit. I know I'm thinking, yeah, the graphics have improved, but they haven't improved so much that. But at the same time, like I don't have like a 360 library that I'm like, oh yeah, I want to go back and play that. There's certain games, yes, but they keep re-releasing them, doing remasters and all that crap. It may not even be a problem. Like you maybe have your nth generation console coming out where you can still play all these old games because somebody keeps remastering them and making like some sort of compatibility thing where you can still download them and buy them. I think when it went from when the 360 came out, I think that was kind of the game changing moment when because you had that, you had the PS3, um, you had the Wii U, I guess. I think that was the pivotal moment with things switched where people aren't as nostalgic about those games. I mean, they're good games. People still have fond memories of them, but I don't know that it's going to be as much of a collector's market on those because when I play, Modern Warfare 2 on that versus Modern Warfare on the PS4, I'm not like I'm not like oh, I need to go back and play this because it's such a different experience. It's like it's the same game, just a little prettier on the newer console. And I think you're getting a lot of that. The only thing that you have is those games that are no longer available, on the this original Xbox, PS2, Nintendo Wii. They had a charm to them that they're never going to recreate. A different type of game experience, and they're also obviously all still on physical media. So I'm here rambling. I'm like telling the kids get off my front lawn with
Yeah.
my old
Well,
man talk.
yeah. Well, what I mean is more not necessarily that people are nostalgic for those games, uh, but more like, um, oh, okay, someone buys a game, and all of a sudden Microsoft decides that, oh no, there's something wrong with this game. And by wrong, I don't mean that the gameplay is wrong. I mean, like, I don't know. Some unpopular political opinion is somehow or another endorsed via the game, according to them.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden they decide, you can't play that game anymore. And they just delete it from your console remotely or block it so you can't play it or whatever. You know,
Yep.
that will be 100% within their power to do that. And what's your recourse? You're going to take them to court, Microsoft, over $50, $60. And I think that's going to happen at some point. And once it happens once, it's going to happen more than once. And I think that's going to be the beginnings of the revolt against this kind of stuff. Because those games they're going to delete aren't all going to be like, oh, well, clearly you shouldn't have had this, like Nazi Sympathizer Simulator 3.0, It's not going to be that. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be like Bioshock. Because it's like, this leans a little too heavily into Ayn Rand territory here, and, well, we don't like Ayn Rand around these parts. So,
I mean, it's like the fact that they want to rewrite 1984.
that's like a swirling inception black hole of irony right there. Like the fact that people can't see that means A, they didn't read the damn book. But it's just like, really? Like it was a warning, not an instruction manual, people. But yeah, things like that, and it won't take many of those before the gaming public's like, hey, wait a minute, I spent money on that game, I had invested time in that game. Fuck you for just deleting it or whatever. That's only going to have to happen a couple times before people are like, yeah, fuck this. Like, there's a bunch of old consoles laying around out there. Let's go buy them and the old games.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a time. It's time for a revival in old games. I still like the fact that the homebrew market is still very popular on NES, Super NES, stuff like that. I like to see a revival in that. I like to see, and I don't doubt it'll ever happen, but I'd even like to see Nintendo actually endorse some sort of revival of older games.
Yeah.
Maybe it's even not so much, okay, they're releasing this on, older cartridges, but we're also releasing it on like the Nintendo Switch store where you can get on there and play them.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, there's a reason why the unboxing videos are very popular because people want to look back on a time that was, they look upon more fondly, which is being able to get a game. I mean, being able to, bring home something like this and actually be excited about it. Now it's just like, man, it's PS4, it's like, or PS5 or whatever the hell we're on now.
I think we're on 5.
Yeah.
The newest one I own is 2, so I'm not the person to ask.
But
and mine takes like 2 hours to boot up. Like if I intended on playing a game, I'd start it before I came over here.
I mean, look at the games back here, and you see stuff like Super Metro, which again I mentioned being my favorite. But then you see like Donkey Kong Country, and just well, they took a console that really wasn't able to do those kinds of graphics, but they found a way of getting it to do. I believe they used a Silicon graphics machines to do that to get the sprites and everything to work. But they're just like kind of like Mortal Kombat, where it's just like a pre-rendered but then animated.
Yeah, speaking of, I can't find my copy of Mortal Kombat 10, the 360. I was going to play it with William, my nephew, there the other day, and because it's one of the games I know I have that's 2 players that his Xbox One can also play. I go to look for it and nowhere to be found, which means I let someone borrow it and they never returned it, and now I don't remember who it was, and so now I'm kind of pissed off about that.
And there's a question I want to ask the fine folks out there, and I want to hear some comments on.
Any of you that are listening, have you ever borrowed a game from either of us and never returned it? That's your question?
No.
No. That was worth a shot.
Thank you for watching. This has been a Geek Ball video, Echoes of a Whisper. This has been a clip from one of our podcasts. The link to the actual podcast this is from is in the description of the video if you want to see the entire thing, which we obviously encourage you to do. But otherwise, if you enjoyed what you saw, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Subscriptions and all the rest is definitely appreciated. Comments, as always. But just in general, thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. And check out the other videos we have here on the channel. See you later.